Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Hearts of Stone. I'm your host Darkside, and today we're going to get into part 3 of the
The world's never-ending
Hearts of
creation
Stone
depraved.
expansion here. What I wanted to do really quickly though before we get on with the quest is
Wouldn't mind a glance at what you got.
I want to actually test out I said it in the last video, I want to test out the Runewright capability. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with the Viper Silver Sword, and I am going to increase the slots inside of it, just so that way people can see exactly what's going on here. I kind of realized I should have, when I started thinking about it, I was like, yeah, I probably should have did that shit the last time I was playing, but I didn't, so forgive me for that. But if you hear my dog barking in the back, ignore his ass. He's a dill hole. So yeah, so now what we have here is we've got the various rune words and the glyph words and so forth that we can now include in ours. So if you notice right here, we have rune words. At master level, I unlocked all of those. It's going to cost you a total of about 30. If you didn't watch my last video, watch that one. It's going to cost you about a total of 30,000 crowns in order to do that. I think it was 5,000 for the first level, 10,000 for the master level, and then $15,000 for the master level. So advanced, whatever, advanced and master. So it's going to cost you quite a penny, but I'm pretty sure most people already have that stuff saved up, so keep that in mind. So what we have is we want to equip items that we have with these rune words. So here goes the Viper Silver Sword. By choosing the Viper Silver Sword, we can choose the different enchantments, rune words, or the glyph words that we want to put on. So obviously the rune words here that we have at the master level are replenishment. Then we have invigoration and prolongation. Then we have the journey level, which is severance, rejuvenation, elation, and then we have down here we have some enchantments, preservation, and dumplings, and placation. So I really did like the placation one. Once they reach their maximum level, adrenaline points steadily decline until they reach 0. That is something I would like to put on the Viper Silver Sword. The other one right here was the elation one. Was pretty good. It was fatal blows dealt with your sword, give 0.1 to 0.25 adrenaline points. So essentially somewhere you're going to get between like a quarter of an adrenaline point gain inside there. Is that good? Yeah, it's pretty good. It has to be a fatal blow, but it's pretty decent. But then we have this one right here, which I thought was really interesting. Each fatal blow dealt restores 25% of your stamina. That's really good, especially when you get into large crowds. And like you guys might have seen in the last video, I was fighting the new enemy morph type. I think they were called arachnomorphs or some shit like that. They're pretty much the same as the Entrega. They swarm and they spit spider webs instead of poison. Not really fucking different, to be honest with you. Different skin, that's it. So yeah, those were really good, and I like replenishment. So replenishment, replenishment, rejuvenation, and elation, and then finally placation were pretty nice ones. Now you need to, or in order to do these, you need to have the rune stones in order to do them. So let's purchase the rune stones for the lesser Divana rune stone and the lesser Strybog rune stone, and then let's also get the Perrin rune stone and the Savarg rune stone. So we gotta buy a couple of rune stones here in order to do this. And then I think the last one, when that max, oh no. Yeah, let's go buy some rune stones. That's what we'll buy some rune stones from him. So this is what he has inside here. So he has quite the bit of things. So you can see there's some runes inside here, and so let's see, what do we need? We need a rune. So I hate to be jumping back and forth, and no, I did not write this shit down, so that way I know what it was. So that kind of sucks, dill holes. Let's see. Viper Sword. Replenishment, I need a Greater Trigolov runestone and Dazabog runestone. Okay, so let's buy that one. I know I needed a Perrin too, so if I see that one, I'll grab it. Yeah, so I know I needed one of these. I'll just buy one. There we go, Trigolov. And then we needed a Dazabog? I think that's how you said it. Okay, so a Dazabog, so let's see. So now we have the runes in order to do invigoration and prolongation and replenishment. So that was the Viper. So we have all these runes. When at maximum vitality, any vitality generated turns into a damage. These are pretty good. After you cast a sign and an adrenaline point is consumed, and your next sword attack is charged with the power of that sign. These are pretty good. Then we have Placation down here. So we need a Lesser Divana and a Lesser Strybog. So let's grab those. So there goes the Lesser Strybog. And now we need a Divana. There it goes. And now this is gonna be kind of weird because I'm really with the swords. I kind of want to make. I don't know how to say this really, but you would think that I just want to put all three of the master rune things there, but when you look at them, each unblocked blows increases potion duration. I'm not gonna do. I don't use potions, so it's not really worth it for me to put that. When at maximum vitality, any vitality regeneration turns into an added damage on your next strike. Yeah, like this could be good. These two right here together, they really could be good. But this is part of the thing where you have to decide what it is that you're putting on those and how they're going to affect it. So let's see. I'm going to grab the Perrin, Savarg, and a Strybog. Perrin, Savarg, and a Strybog. There goes the Savarg. There goes a Perrin. I think it was a Strybog. Alright. So those are the different skill sets that I'm interested in putting on this Viper Sword. Now I'm doing this on my Viper Sword because it really is a test. And did I purchase the wrong goddamn thing? No, I didn't. Okay. So I'm interested in doing it, putting it on there because it's the fucking Viper Silver Sword. Remember what we did with the Viper Silver Sword? That shit literally went to like nil really quickly, right? So let's start by casting Invigoration on there. So wow. Okay, so we can. That's information there. So you can only put one enchantment on there, it looks like, or can you put multiple enchantments on there? No. It looks like after you cast the sign and adrenaline point is consumed, it's just the one. So let's see if we can stack up, or if it's per slot or so forth. So no, you can't do that. So you can only, if you're gonna put a master tier level 1, you can only put a Viper Silver Sword. Is that worth it, to be honest? Like, I don't know. I think I would kind of prefer to put the runes in and stuff there. But yeah, so those are what we have there. So that's the Runewright. Let's so now you've seen how it works pretty much. Now obviously that's going to work a little bit differently. No, go back. It's going to work a little bit differently for your armor sets, because your armor sets have different abilities that they can put on them. So yeah, and these are pretty good, but I'm not going to put any of those on there. I wanted to test it out to see what it's going to be like for the Viper Silver Sword. You know what, let's see, just in case, if I put any lower ones, does those take up, the lower ones take up all 3 slots? So maybe it's level 1, level 2, level 3, and let's see how that works out. So let's see, placation. So yeah, so no matter what, these runes are going to take up, whether you put a level 1, whether you put a level 2, whether you put a level 3, it's going to take up all 3 slots on your sword. So you're going to have to make sure that what you want on or your armors is going to have to take up whatever you want inside there. So you're going to have to make sure these abilities are going to be equipped to different items, and that you're going to have multiple abilities on items. So maybe you put one ability on your sword and different abilities that way. It's interesting. It's interesting. I don't know that I would necessarily give this up for any of my bonuses that are coming to me from my runes and their ability to increase those. But you know, it's a different way to play, I guess, and I could see the utility in it. They are powerful effects. They are pretty powerful effects. So we'll see how those go out. There's ones I definitely want to play with, and it doesn't look like it really costs that much in order to do. So yeah, we'll get to that. We'll get there then. All right, guys. Well, until next time, I'm gonna be moving along inside the story. Well, I'm saying until next time. We're gonna keep playing here until I move along in the story, and we'll see what we get. All right. Well, that was the Runesmith.